Periodic classification of elements, class 10th, lesson 5. So this is atomic structure of first 18 elements कि आपके जो पिछली स्लाइड में दिखाया गया था उसी को सेम, बस यहाँ पे हर एक का स्ट्रक्चर पूरा ही दिखा दिया गया है। उसमें सिर्फ आउटरमोस्ट शेल को ही दिखाया गया था, इसमें पूरे ही शेल दिखा दिया सो दैट आपको अच्छे से क्लियर हो जाए। और फर्स्ट 18 एलिमेंट्स को के स्ट्रक्चर्स को दिखाया भी इसी तरीके से गया है जैसे वो पीरियोडिक टेबल में अरेंज्ड है। तो ये इसको अब आगे हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में कंटिन्यू रखेंगे। Trend in the modern periodic table. So now you need to understand what are the trends in the modern periodic table. First one is the valency. Valency of an element is determined by the number of valence electrons present in the outermost shell of its atom. So when we need to calculate the valency of an element, to calculate the valency, first we need to have information that what are the valence electrons. Means how many electrons are present in the outermost shell. So valency of the elements in a particular group is always same because in a group the number of valence electron are always same. So as the number of valence electron in a group is same, so the valency also remains same. Valency of elements in a particular period increases by 1 unit from left to right with an increase in the atomic number of by 1 unit. So when we study the trends, we study the trends both in groups as well as periods. So just now we studied that the valency of the elements in a group remains same. But what about in period? The valency increases in a period with every 1 unit. So it's going to be 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. And after 4 it will start decreasing. It will be 3, 2, 1 and then 0. So let's have a look of trend of valency. So this is the first group. So first group has valency plus 1. So the entire group 1 will have valency 1. So the group 1 valency also 1. Group 2 has valency plus 2. So the entire group will have the same valency. Group 13 has valency plus 3. So the entire, all the elements are going to have the same valency. And in between these, there are the transition elements. Members of these groups of metals display a number of valencies. So they show variable valencies like copper, iron. So they are transition elements as they show a variable valency. Then is the 14th group. So it shows valency either minus 4 or plus 4. So it shows both. Then is 15th group. What is the valency? Minus 3. Because what is the valence electron in this group? It's 5. So as the outermost shell has 5 electrons, so they need 3 more electrons. So that's why they have valency minus 3. Minus because they need 3 more electrons. Then is the 16th group. As the outermost shell has 6 electrons, so they need 2 more electrons. So that's why minus 2. 17th group has 1 electron in the outermost shell, so they need 1 electron to complete their outermost shell. So that's why they have valency minus 1. Whereas 18th group, they have a valency 0. Reason why they have 0? Because their outermost shell is always complete. So they don't need any electron, they don't lose any electron, they don't gain any electron, nor neither they share any electron. So now let's have a look on the period. So in the first period, valency is plus 1, then helium has 0. Second period, lithium has plus 1, beryllium plus 2, boron plus 3, carbon 4, nitrogen minus 3, oxygen minus 2, fluorine minus 1, neon 0. So in what is the trend? What is the trend you follow? See that in a period the valency first increases 1, 2, 3, it reaches 4 and then it starts decreasing. From 4 then it decreases 3, then 2, then 1, then 0. Similarly in the third period sodium has 1, magnesium plus 2, aluminum plus 3, silicon 4, phosphorus minus 3, sulfur minus 2, chlorine minus 1 and argon 0. So these are the trends. So in group, valency remains same, and in period, first it increases and then decreases. Atomic size. Atomic size refers to the radius of an atom. In a period, the atomic size and the radius decreases from left to right. This is due to the increase of nuclear charge, which tends to pull the electron closer to the nucleus and reduces the size of an atom. So when we study the atomic size, what is the trend followed in a period and a group? So in a period, the size of the atom keeps on decreasing. Why it keeps on decreasing? Because in a period we are filling the same shell. So when we are filling the same shell, there is an increase of number of electrons in the same shell. As along with the increase in number of electrons, there is an increase in number of protons also. So the nucleus becomes more and more positive and becomes stronger to pull the electron present in the outermost shell. And what is the trend in a group? In a group, the atomic size and the radius increases from top to bottom. This is because on moving down, the new shell is added. This increases the distance between the outermost electron and the nucleus, which increases the size of the atom. So here, what is the trend is also being given, and what is the reason why this particular trend is being followed, that is also being given. So these are being asked in short questions, 1 marks question or 2 marks question. Or they can ask a particular name and element, and they can ask what is it comparatively, that out of these two, which one is going to have a bigger size and which one is going to have a smaller size. So in a group, when we move from top to bottom, there is an increase in atomic size, because with every one step we move down, there is an increase, a number of shell is being increased, and that makes the size of the atom bigger. So now you can have a look that what is the trend of size of atom. So in a group, you can see that the size of the atom is constantly increasing as you're moving from top to bottom. And when we have a look on the period, then you can see that the size of the atom keeps on decreasing as you move in a period. Metallic and the non-metallic properties. The tendency to lose electrons from the outermost shell of an atom is called as a metallic character of an element. So what is metallic character? कि किसी atom की tendency कि वो outermost shell से electron lose करे, उसको हम metallic character कहते हैं. तो metals में ही metallic character होता है, और metal की इसीलिए हम definition भी देते हैं कि that elements which have a tendency to lose electron and form positive ions. तो ये metallic character कैसे group और period में होता है, ये देखें. metallic character decreases across the period, कि जैसे जैसे हम period में मूव करते हैं तो metallic character decrease होता है. क्यों decrease होता है? क्योंकि left hand side पे तो metals ही हैं, और periodic table के right hand side पे क्या है? non metals है. तो आप जैसे जैसे period में move करोगे, when you are going to move from left to right, actually you are moving from metal towards the non metals. So metallic character तो decrease होगा ही, क्योंकि non metals तो इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज करने की टेंडेंसी ही नहीं रखते हैं. एंड व्हाट अबाउट द ग्रुप? एंड इंक्रीज डाउन द ग्रुप, कि ग्रुप में अगर ऊपर से नीचे जाएंगे तो मेटालिक कैरेक्टर इंक्रीज होता है. रीजन बिकॉज एज यू मूव फ्रॉम टॉप टू बॉटम, एज द साइज ऑफ द एटम इज इंक्रीजिंग, इट्स ईजियर फॉर द आउटरमोस्ट शेल टू लूज इलेक्ट्रॉन, बिकॉज द न्यूक्लियस वॉन्ट बी एबल टू attract the electrons so strongly. So here you can have a look of one of the group. Could you guess which group is it? It's the first group. So even the names of these elements have been given, and earlier also I have told you that hydrogen is placed above the first group. It's not in the first group, it's placed above. So could you see there is a gap between that? So here you can, if you feel like learning the names of these elements, you can easily remember lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Again there's a trend in the names. IUM is common in everyone. So metallic and non-metallic characters. So the tendency to lose electron from the outermost shell of an atom is called as a metallic character of an element. Metallic character decreases when we move in a period and increases when we move in a group. So this is the second group. You can have a look of that. Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. So again there is a trend, IUM in the last. So with these examples you can easily understand the metallic character of a tendency to gain electron. So in the previous two slides we studied about the tendency to lose electron, which is called as a metallic character. Now we will be studying about the tendency to gain electrons in the outermost shell, and this ability of an atom is called as a non-metallic character of an element. So non-metallic character increases across a period. कि जब हम पीरियड में मूव करते हैं फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट, द नॉन मेटालिक कैरेक्टर इंक्रीजेस, क्योंकि हम लेफ्ट टू राइट जब मूव कर रहे हैं तो हम मेटल्स से नॉन मेटल्स की तरफ को मूव कर रहे हैं. एंड इट डिक्रीजेस डाउन अ ग्रुप, कि जब हम ग्रुप में चलेंगे तो ये धीरे धीरे डिक्रीज होगा. So here you can have a look of group 16, 17 and 18. So in these groups it's mostly non-metals. So if you look at these three especially groups, that's why I've used it in the slide, so that you can see that in a group when we move there is a decrease of non-metallic character. Could you know? I'll tell you the reason why. As you move from top to bottom, the size of an atom increases. And when the size of an atom increases, the nucleus is not able to strongly attract the outermost shell electrons. So it's not so easy to gain electrons when the size is bigger, because whatever electron which will be added into the last shell, nucleus will not be able to hold it, because the distance of the nucleus from the outermost shell is larger. So metalloids, a unique group of elements that share the property of both metals and non-metals, are called as metalloids. So here you can see that the metalloids are being shown, and earlier also I have told you that metalloids is a zigzag line which actually placed in a zigzag form in a modern periodic table, which is actually separating metals from non-metals. Elements intermediate between the metals and the non-metal that show characteristics of both metals and non-metals are called as semi-metal, or we call it as metalloids. So here you need to remember that what definition, what are metalloids or what are semi-metals, or even you need to remember few names of metalloids. So in this slide you can easily see that where metalloids are being placed, it's being shown with the green color. So boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, beryllium and polonium, these are the metalloids, and they are separating metals and non-metals in a periodic table. So electropositivity and electronegativity. So this is the next trend that we need to see in modern periodic table. Metals have a tendency to lose electrons while forming bonds, hence they are electropositive in nature. As earlier also we have studied that metals, they have a tendency to lose electron and form positive ion. So this ability of any element to lose electron will be called as an electropositive nature. So all the metals are electropositive in nature, and non-metals are reverse of it, that the non-metals have a tendency to gain electrons while forming the bonds, hence they are called as electronegative. So they have a tendency to gain electrons. So here you can have a look that metals are neutral, but when they lose electron they form cations, and when they gain electron they form anions. So whenever a neutral atom loses electron or has a tendency to lose electron and form cations, those elements will be called as metals. Whereas if a metal has a tendency of gaining electron and forming negative ions, they are called as a non-metal. So if any element has a tendency to lose electron and form positive ion, it will be called as they are electropositive in nature. If it has a tendency to gain electron and form anions, it will be called as it has a electronegative nature. So broadly if we say metals जो है वो electropositive nature के हैं और non metal electronegative nature के हैं. Oxides formed by metals are generally basic and oxide formed by non metals are generally acidic in nature. और क्या पीरियोडिक टेबल में हमने ध्यान देना है कि ऑक्साइड्स जो मेटल के ऑक्साइड्स हैं वो हमेशा बेसिक नेचर के होते हैं, नॉन मेटल के ऑक्साइड एसिडिक होते हैं. ये चीज हमने मेटल नॉन मेटल चैप्टर में भी पढ़ी थी. सो नाउ लेट्स हैव अ लुक ऑन द ग्रुप्स. फर्स्ट ग्रुप, alkali metals. The alkali metals found in group 1 of the periodic table are very reactive metals that do not occur freely in nature. These metals have only one electron in their outermost shell. So this is a list of elements present in the first group: lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. So again I repeat that hydrogen is placed above group 1. It's not the part of it, it's just placed above it. Group 2, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and iridium. This is the second. Group 13, boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium, nihonium. Group 14, carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead, flerovium. Group 16, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, moscovium. Group 16, 17 and 18. Group 16, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. Group 17, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, acetylene. Group 18, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. Period 1. First period, it contains only two elements, hydrogen and helium, because at the most there are two electrons in the first energy level. Period 1, 2 and 3 shown together. So in this chapter, the most tricky questions that are being asked are that this is a form of tricky question being shown here, that you may be asked that what is the valency of B. Secondly, they can ask that what is out of C and F, which is more electropositive, or out of D and E, which has a bigger atomic size. So they can out of any of the trend, valence electron, valency, atomic size, electropositive nature or electronegative nature, or metallic character or non-metallic character, out of all these trends they can ask anything in these forms. They can even ask with, for example, even they can ask that oxide of B, what is the nature of the oxide of B? So then you need to find out whether it's a metal or a non-metal, and then you should know that what is the nature of metal oxide, what is the nature of non-metal oxide, because this is also being discussed in this particular chapter. They have given 2 sentences regarding that, but they can ask that also. So these will be the tricky question asked from. If they're directly asking a trend, then it's easier, but if they're asking in this form like A, B, C, D, and then they're giving the location, and then they can ask anything. So need to be prepared for that. So that's all in this particular chapter. Thank you.